Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, Minister Hui Peng, very warm welcome to you, to South Africa, Minister and President of Xinhua, and our Executive Chairman of the BRICS Media Forum, Mr. Fu Hua, and our ministers from Africa, Ms. Monica, Mr. Shusi, and Chris, our African brothers and sisters, welcome to you. And our co-chairs of the BRICS Media Forum, a very warm welcome to all of you, and journalists and editors, respected guests. The BRICS Media Forum is very special to us because I have been fortunate to have been part of it since its inception in 2015. I also want to do a warm welcome to my dear friend Ambassador Shin. Thank you so much for being here with us. And Mr. The BRICS Media Forum is special because at the time when the world is changing, we need to collaborate more than ever before. But I want to start off by saying welcome to South Africa, the land of Nelson Mandela, because it is Nelson Mandela, our beloved former president, that championed the media in many, many ways. It is Nelson Mandela that spoke about freedoms beyond just media freedom. He spoke about freedoms with all aspects of life. And in a way, our BRICS partners and friends have come back to the land where humanity has originated from. As you all know, humanity originated from Africa. It started in Africa about 250,000 years ago and moved out to other countries, especially the BRICS countries, between 150,000 to 90,000 years ago. So I'm welcoming you all back home to us. Africa is, much as it is our land, it is also your land. And in a very symbolic way, we are all part of the same common humanity, a part of the same future. I'm truly honored to stand in front of you today, and I want to start off by thanking the President of Xinhua, Minister Fu Hua, for once again having convened the BRICS Media Forum. This is such a necessity at this point in time. The BRICS Media Forum stands as a testament to the idea that when we join forces, we amplify our impact. We recognize the potential to transcend borders, cultures, and languages, to foster understanding and facilitate dialogue amongst our nations. It is more than a gathering of media houses. It is a symbol of our collective strength, shared values, and shared aspirations. Our mission goes beyond storytelling. It's about truth, fostering understanding, and driving positive change. In a world facing complex challenges, which has been so well articulated by the speakers before me, unity is our path to finding solutions. It must be a very practical unity. It cannot just be a unity in theory. It's got to be a unity in practice. Because as we face the challenges of our world today, unless we're able to translate forums such as these and the BRICS Summit, and I was fortunate to be the chairman of the BRICS Business Council for 5 years, and where I saw the practical impact. But I think we need to go many steps forward to be able to give effect to what we say at these forums. And that's the challenge for all of us as co-chairs of the BRICS Business Forum, the BRICS Forum, Media Forum. Our collaboration provides the platform to explore, discuss, and share these solutions, facilitating dialogue and bridging the gaps that sometimes divide us. Our unity underscores our belief in shared values and stories, forging a stronger, more informed world. Let's reignite trust in journalism, serving as beacons of integrity. By sharing resources, insights, and innovative practices, we can reshape the media landscape and inspire the next generation of storytellers. I now want to address the New World Order. Today, we convene at the BRICS Media Forum to discuss vital topics that extend beyond our newsrooms. As media houses, our role carries great responsibility as we shape narratives that can influence the new world order. Never before in most recent times has the world faced a crisis like it faces today, a crisis that potentially can result in wars and millions of people either die or starving from the consequences of these wars. We have to act now. The New World Order is not just about geopolitics. It encompasses ideas, values, and aspirations guiding humanity. In this evolving area where media's role transcends borders, our forum becomes crucial in shaping the narrative. BRICS nations collectively represent a significant part of the world's population economy. And I'm really glad that more countries have applied to join BRICS. Our diverse cultures and viewpoints enrich global conversations. With the diversity, we advocate for an inclusive, cooperative, and just new world order. By harnessing our strengths in the BRICS Media Forum, we contribute to a world of cooperation and shared progress, striving to overcome conflicts. So how then can we leverage our platforms to shape this new world order? The BRICS Media Forum has existed since 2015. This is now the 6th BRICS Media Forum Summit. And as I said, we hosted in Cape Town 5 years ago, the 5th BRICS Media Forum Summit. It's now really important that we move from ideas, from concepts, from theory to practice, and we implement those practices because the world needs us now more than ever. Firstly, in an era of misinformation and sensationalism, it is crucial to champion truth and ethical journalism. Upholding journalism integrity in both traditional and digital media can counter narratives and promote a more informed global society. Let's share best practices such as fact-checking methods and ethical reporting guidelines. This can help counter disinformation. Let's develop media literacy programs to educate our journalists and citizens across the BRICS nations about credible sources, understanding bias, and critically evaluating information. Let's prioritize objective reporting, focusing on facts and multiple perspectives to build trust amongst our media houses and audiences, reducing the likelihood of sensationalism and misinformation. Secondly, some in the BRICS countries, such as China, for example, have an advantage in terms of digital technology and digital presence. For some time now, I've asked at the BRICS Media Forum that our colleagues in China in particular share this with us. It's really important to help the other BRICS countries and the BRICS Plus countries, especially those in Africa, to be able to use the digitalization and its technology more effectively. Because we are competing very much against the Western system of advanced digital technology. And so I make this call, especially to our partners in China, to ensure that there's transfer of digital technology across to the other BRICS media partners to make us more effective in countering information warfare. Let's also amplify the voices of the underrepresented and the marginalized. Our countries in Africa and many other countries in BRICS are very much developing countries. We have not yet reached prosperity, neither have we reached the middle income status. It's really important that we give voice to the needs of our people, our communities, and our societies. And through media, we can do this. We must be the voice of the underprivileged. We can only applaud countries such as China that has taken more than 600 million people out of poverty over the last 3 decades. And those kind of concrete examples need to be part of our future journey as well. Let's exchange practical workshops. Let's do this through workshops, etc. And I want to comment on anti-BRICS sentiment. In recent times, we find ourselves in the midst of unprecedented wave of information warfare that seeks to exploit our unity and erode our collaborative efforts. I can say unequivocally that it is only our organization, independent media, in South Africa that represents the viewpoint of BRICS. Every other large-scale media in this country is hostile to BRICS and is hostile to partnership between developing countries. And due to our positioning on BRICS, due to our positioning in terms of speaking the truth, trying to get greater cooperation, and giving voice to the peoples in BRICS countries, we ourselves have been targeted by those out there that wish to seek to show disinformation and launch campaigns of misinformation against us. We cannot be an island to fight the kinds of powers that are at play on the African continent and in our own country. We have to unite together. You have to assist all of us that are facing this information warfare on our reputations, on our businesses, on our business challenges, by others who do not want a narrative that shows the other side, that shows that it's possible to have a new world order, that champions justice, equality, fairness, and a right of a multipolar world. There are those who don't want that. It's important for us to realize, as part of the BRICS Media Forum, that the next war in the world is very much a war for narrative. Those who win the war for narrative eventually win the economic and political wars. And it is those wars of narrative that shapes the thinking of societies and governments. And it's very important that we unite. If there's one point I would like to leave you with from my address this morning, and that is that in Africa, we're a continent of hope, we're a continent of change, and we're a continent that will eventually emerge to show its true potential, as our BRICS partners have done. But in order to do so, we need to really make sure that the narrative of our continent is told, that we collaborate with each other on the African continent, that the stories of Africa is told, and that our stories are distributed to as wide a global audience as possible. Recently, I'd given a speech at a meeting in Cape Town, and I explained the origin of the word comrade. People sometimes don't want to use the word comrade. My dear friend Dakota from the ANC National Executive loves to use the word comrade. We love to use the word comrade in South Africa. The word comrade originated from the 16th century with merchants trusting each other. And subsequent to that, comrade became a term which was used for revolutions, and it meant I'm with my comrade in the trenches of war. If it was the Bolshevik Revolution, if it was Chairman Mao's revolution, it was the revolution of others all over the world. The word comrade meant something, and I'm not shy to use the word comrade. I have never been shy to use the word comrade, because others must not define what I say, how I say it, or what I write, and when I write. The point comrade means to trust, to be loyal, to be partners. And the term comrade means that we must be together through good times, we must be together through difficult times. And what it means is that we support each other through the trenches. We are all experiencing the trenches of information war and other wars today. It's very critical, my dear friends, your excellencies, that we become comrades in the true spirit of the word, that we help each other, that we become real partners, and we give effect to what we can do for media and as media partners in the world today. In conclusion, I was a medical doctor. I was very a close confidant of President Mandela. I've been a close confidant of every president of this country, and I've seen much. And when I left medicine, it was President Mandela that got me to leave medicine, to become a businessman. And when I founded Second Java, the company which I head, which is one of the few South African companies and African companies that are members of the World Economic Forum. But when I founded that group, it employs thousands of people and tens of thousands of dependents, an industrialized conglomerate. The word Sekunjalo came from Mandela, standing in front of others like I stand in front of you today and saying, Sekunjalo Kinako. In the vernacular of Africa, my African brothers and sisters will know, Sekunjalo means now is the time, or it is so. And so now is the time. Now is the time, Sekunjalo, now is the time for us to unite as a BRICS Media Forum, practically, to give effect to a new world order, and to be part and to shape that new world order. If we fail to do that, then we will have failed our people, we will have failed history, and history will judge us very badly. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Survé, for the speech.